Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to ATS Season 2. In the previous episode, we bought this truck, the Volvo VNL 670 from Aradeth, and I'm glad to see that a lot of people really liked it. Some people have this as their favorite truck actually, so that's a good deal right there. We're going to keep it for sure. There have been a couple of suggestions though, and let's get right to that. You notice though behind that we don't have any trailer cables anymore. And that's because Alex told me that TomDooley actually updated this one. So this is from Aradeth. This truck mod is by Aradeth. But Aradeth himself hasn't updated it for 1.31 yet, although TomDooley did. So if you look at the SCS forums and the thread, in the latter part and the later pages, you'll see a post from TomDooley. He updated this truck to be compatible with trailer cables. So thanks a lot for that, Tom. And thanks, Alex, for letting me know about it. So hopefully this works now. Let me see. So we don't have trailer cables there, but if we go here and we check that, there we go. So we can get trailer cables and I hope these move. Let's go and get that one. Let's see if that works. So I had to disable the Volvo VNL from Aradeth from the Steam Workshop, and I had to use this new file from TomDooley instead. Yeah, but all credits he mentioned was still for Aradeth. So he just wanted to make it compatible with 1.31, right? And then the engine, I got suggestions from Sheng and Rohan to try out the TrackIR. That seems to fit better with this modern looking truck, so it's not that raw sounding, so a bit more refined, I guess you could call it. So let's go with that. TrackIR 500 horsepower, 2508 newton meters. It's the same torque as what we had for the Cummins N14, and I think that's good. And in the interior, you'll notice we don't have that TomTom GPS anymore. I disabled it because Alex mentioned that that is the culprit. That's why the onboard GPS didn't work before, because of that mod. So I disabled that mod. I also disabled a lot of trailer mods. I mainly kept Jazzy Cats and Sizzles because those are the ones which are compatible with trailer cables. So hopefully this one that we're going to works, right? We have trailer cables right there. Good. That's how the engine sounds now. Not too shabby. I really love these animations. GPS works now. Beautiful. And that sounds so good. Okay, we'll keep that sound. Keep that, definitely. Change that so you can see the gears. And I hope these trailer cables work. We will see. Let's go and pick up the trailer. The mirrors, I think I'm using the new logic for the mirrors. G-Fizz Mirror 1 or something like that. I hope it is that way. But it does seem like it because the POV seems to be improved. Seems to be more realistic, although that would come at the cost of frame rate, I think. I don't think they've managed to fix that just yet. Is this a bus station? Oh, that's a good sign. Yeah, even have a... what do you call these things? It's at the tip of my tongue. That's a very famous bus company, right? Very infamous, maybe. Gargoyle. No, not Gargoyle. Starts with a G. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. I hate it when that happens. By the way, guys, I got reminded because I saw my Clumsy mug, my CG mug there. You can get that in real life now. The CG mug is now available for purchase in real life. Go and check out the video description and you will see a link to the Clumsy merchandise. In there you can buy Clumsy mug, Clumsy shirts, and all those kind of stuff. So hope you like it. Feel free to get as many as you want. Oh, I like that CSX one, the gooseneck CSX trailer. I hope that's compatible with trailer cables. We will see. Let's get, what's the difference? So yeah, go and get yourselves a Clumsy mug and some other stuff. I will probably do that as well because I would really like to stream with and then I can show it off to you. I can use the mug while I'm streaming, and the shirt. That would look so cool. Plus, whenever you go out and see someone wearing the same shirt, you know you guys are part of the Clumsy community. Oh, I like that. I wonder which mod this is from. I guess this is from Sizzles, I would guess. I just hope that the trailer cables work. Otherwise, I will cry. Also, I forgot, I wanted to change my tires. Because my tires are a bit too large. As you saw there, the fifth wheel was too high up. And that's mainly because my tires are like a size bigger than the usual ones. Maybe I'll change them later on. Very hard to fit them in. Yeah, see? I have to like nudge it along. Okay, let's cross your fingers, guys. It works. Trailer cables work. That looks beautiful. Oh man, that looks amazing. Thank you, TomDooley. And thank you, Alex, for letting me know. Yeah, stretch it up. There it works. Oh, love it. Love the physics there. This looks so cool. And yeah, this trailer itself is super cool. I love it. It's really long though, and I think we might hit this other trailer. Man, this makes me want to drive in third person just so I can see the cables. Okay, let's go inside. But that's good, that's good. So if you want to get an updated version of Aradeth's Volvo VNL, you'll have to check out the SCS forums. Go and look for the VNL 670 thread from Aradeth and look at the latter part, the last few pages. Look for TomDooley's post there. He posted the share mods link for the updated version. Can I squeeze in, guys? Thank you. You are so nice. Man! There was even a cop who caught us. Ah, clumsy trucking. I hate it. Every single time. Wow, that was a blind spot. Totally didn't notice that guy. And he was driving a sports car and everything. Rip me. Yeah, that sounded really bad, huh? Let's go and continue here. The engine is a lot less noisy now. Definitely more refined. It does still pack a punch though, so not too bad. And it actually fits the truck better because the last one we had was a bit more raw. I guess it was more apt for like those old school looking trucks, but for a VNL maybe not so much. Am I speeding? Not really. Jake brake, not too shabby. You guys let me know if you're okay with this sound, right? I think it matches with the truck perfectly. But if you're looking for a bit more bigger oomph, then maybe this is not what we're looking for. I really like that CSX. Yeah. Makes me remember the train sim world sessions we've had on the stream. Oh yes, and by the way, I think you guys basically decided. So I was asking you if you wanted to enable coast to coast or stick with the default map, and the decision was, I think, unanimous. All, if not almost all, if not all of the people recommended staying with the default map. They didn't like going to coast and risking going to areas which are pretty plain. Yeah, like, they'd rather get a smaller map with super high quality than a very large map with some areas being flat and unpolished, basically unfinished areas. So the people have spoken and we'll be sticking with the default map for now. Or if you have other suggestions, then you guys let me know. I actually wanted to try something else, like well, for sure I want not Vanders, but I also want, oh, that looks good. Maybe we highlight that one, huh? Yeah, that one is very nice to highlight. Show the truck, show the trailer, and definitely show the cables. Maybe something like that. Works pretty well. Oh man, that looks so good. Winner. A close-up for a change. Yeah, I was thinking what kind of map mods are good to enable. Not Vanders is for sure part of the list, but I'm not sure if it's compatible with 1.31 yet. So maybe we'll have to skip it for now. One sec, let me go and check the map here. We are in Reno. We'll be taking it over to Reading, passing through 395, crossing to 299. I'm not sure when that transition happens. It's interesting. Maybe there is a junction nearby. But I remember this route. I really like this route. It's very scenic. So you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And I'll try to not have as many clumsy moments as possible. Yeah, that's a clumsy moment right there. You guys comment it out. Give the timestamp when that crash happened and hashtag clumsy moment. So when I'm doing a compilation video, I can easily keep track of all those clumsy moments. Yeah, it's not a proud moment for me, but it is a clumsy moment at that, and being clumsy is part of the package. We can't always have smooth rides. And we can go up to 80 here. Oh yeah, that's right, this is still in Nevada. We'll be crossing over to California in a bit, but for now, let's enjoy sticking to 80. Maybe let's merge in. Accident? Yeah. Can I squeeze in right now? Super swerving. There we go. Yeah, you go ahead. Car chase involving a pretty fancy car. I remember that car before, but as always, I'm very bad with the names. Oh yeah, do we still have some Q&A questions? Q&A? We still have some questions. We can probably go in doing some Q&A right now. I'll have to take a look. One sec. Don't do this in real life, alright? I'll grab my phone here and let's have a look at the questions. Don't do this in real life. Don't risk it, because it's not only your life on the line, it's other people's as well. So don't even try and do this in real life. Similarly, clumsy trucking is only in game, okay? Don't do that. Don't aspire to be like that in real life. It's not good for anybody. But yeah, in game, we can have fun. That's what's amazing about these simulators. We're more free to do what we want. And here's the California border. There we go. 55 truck with 3 axles or more. And I think this is the crossing. Okay, so I think we had a couple of questions. Where did we last end? Let me see. Ansari, I think, had a question. Although it wasn't really a question, it's a riddle. It was a riddle that was like a joke riddle. So I'm going to skip that, but thanks for that, Ansari. If you guys are interested to see that, that's in the questions, that's in the Discord server. Let me see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Manual or automatic? Yeah, I answered that one last time. Let's just cruise along here, because I'm just using one hand right now. Okay, couple of questions. There we go. Oh, yeah, very windy roads, this one. Are we almost there? Super fast? No, cannot be. Maybe it's the GPS. Maybe it's the kind of GPS I hate, with the circle appearing even if the destination is far away still. Okay, Sulfur had some questions. What is your most despised country to drive in, no matter pro mods or base game? I expect France. Why do you expect France? France is so nice, especially with the France DLC. Yeah, that's an interesting question, because usually it would be like, what is your favorite place? What is your favorite country? So what is your most despised country? What country do you hate the most to drive at? In-game only, okay? This is not indicative of real life. This is only talking about in-game. Alright, 154 miles away, that's good. So what do I despise the most? Well, definitely, if we're talking about the default SCS map, then I hate the Germany areas, because they are very unrealistic. Like, they don't feel like autobahns at all. Super small roads, junctions which are dropping off. I'm sure you guys know that hateful sensation. Thankfully, we have a better GPS now to warn us about that. But yeah, those intersections are like, if you're in the second lane, if you're in the outer lane, that outer lane suddenly drops off to an off-ramp, becomes an off-ramp, which is not realistic at all. And I hated those beasts. I hated those things, and we had lots of them in the base game, in the Germany area, because those are the oldest parts of the oldest areas in the game, like 5 years old already. And back then, SCS hasn't mastered yet the art of realism in terms of the road making. So yeah, that definitely shows the rawness of their road making skills before. But now, if you compare that to the roads they have now, I mean, they are miles apart, they are worlds apart. So yeah, definitely I hate the Germany area most. Pro mods, it's hard to hate areas in pro mods because everything is just so nice. But maybe when I drive, on top of having a very nice experience when it comes to the sceneries and the driving experience, part of the driving experience for me is the frame rate. And it doesn't matter if it's the best looking place in the whole world, but if you can't drive there smoothly, if it ruins the immersion because you're getting too low frame rates, then it defeats the purpose, right? So maybe in that sense, I don't really call it despise, but maybe the area I like the least would be the Spain area. Spain and the new area in Italy, because those areas are super detailed. Even though they're really nice, I don't really go there when I do offline driving, because they take too much of my frame rate. And even though the highways look super cool and they're a pleasure to drive in, the catch of having very low frame rates while you're driving there doesn't really encourage me that much to pick jobs that go there. So I try to avoid those places as much as possible, only for those reasons. But for the quality itself, is super good. But yeah, there always has to be a balance between quality and performance. So yeah, that's my least liked area in pro mods. In the base game though, yeah, it's definitely the Germany area and all the old areas, maybe the old UK areas as well. And I hate the Germany area the most though, because it would be very hard to avoid them, you know. It's very hard to because they're in the center of Europe. So if you want to go somewhere long haul, most likely you will have to go through there at one point or another. So it's not only that the road networks are very old and very unrealistic, it's also because it's very hard to avoid. That's why I really hate that part. UK, I mean, you can avoid the UK roads just by not driving in the UK at all. There's plenty of roads to drive at, but yeah, in terms of the driving in mainland Europe, in main Europe. Yeah, Germany is quite hard to avoid, right? Chances are you'll drive there at one point or another when doing a long haul. I wanted to take a look at the cables, but I had second thoughts. It might ensue a second clumsy moment. Alright, thanks for the question, Sulfur. He had one more. He had some more. Actually one more. If you had a choice between a free Razer phone, an iPhone 8, a Samsung Galaxy S8, or a Huawei P20, which would you choose? Okay, he had a couple of questions. Thanks for these questions, man. Well, I'm going to go with the Samsung Galaxy because that's what I have currently. Samsung Galaxy S8, and I really like it. Definitely, if you make me choose Android or iPhone, I will go with Android. I was previously an Apple fanboy, believe it or not. I really like their simplistic philosophy, you know, making it high tech, making it very easy to use. It's very it's very applicable for the common person. If you're not so much of a techie, if you don't like tinkering with stuff, then the iPhone is very good. But if you're a fan of tinkering, like if you're playing this game and if you're into mods, then most probably you are into tinkering. Then most probably you are an Android fan. I guess chances are you're an Android fan. For sure, we still have some iPhone fans here, but yeah, Android fan. And when it comes to Android, Samsung is still at the top of the game, although that's quickly changing. Like we have a very nice phone from Google, right? The Google Pixel 2, was it? Or Pixel XL? I forgot the name, but yeah, the new Pixel. It's becoming very good as well. Some very nice releases from Huawei. So the competition is really increasing in the Android world, but right now I'm still a Samsung fan. It's not perfect. There is like bloatware, some features that I don't really need, but all in all, they have very good features. Like the smart features they have, they're very nice. Taking screenshots, you know, the screen keeping open when you're looking at it. So you don't have to, when you're reading something, you don't have to continuously tap on the screen just so it wouldn't turn off. Very useful stuff because I really like reading, so that's very helpful for me. The Retina scanner, which was available since S8. So definitely a Samsung fan, although I still see a lot of improvement on their end, making it more streamlined, reducing the bloat. But yeah, so far I really like it, and best of all, the camera is something I really like. At some points, the camera from my S8, even my Mrs. Clumsy's S7, is even better than the ones from our what was it? What's our camera? I think we had a Lumix with the DSLM, the mirrorless thing. So it's like a very fancy camera. It's not like for professionals or anything, but it's quite fancy. Let's go through. Okay, stick it to 55. Yeah, it's nothing fancy, but it should be much better because it's a dedicated camera and has a lot of features. But even so, the software, the software of Samsung is pretty much top notch. And at times, especially during low light scenarios, the output from my S8 Plus is much better than the one from the actual camera. It's because of all these software improvements, software optimizations and whatnot, HDR and the like. So yes, Samsung still, although that might change in the next few years, but I don't think I'll be going back to iPhone. I think Android, definitely. But which Android? Right now, Samsung? Maybe that will change. Which manufacturer or founders for GPU? Well, I am an NVIDIA fan. I'm not really familiar with AMD, so I'm going to stick with NVIDIA. But which brand specifically? Not really familiar with. I mean, the famous ones are... You pay a price premium for the brand. Right? Asus, MSI. But based on my last research, so I upgraded my PC a couple of months back, and it doesn't really. Some people question the worthiness of getting a branded, like a famous brand for a GPU, because at the end of the day, they're basically the same thing. I mean, they have the same chipset, and they're only changed with the quality of parts. So it is still important to get a decent brand, but is it that different getting a super famous brand versus one of the simpler ones like Palette? What's the other brands? But I'm really a fan of Palette, and I think it's mostly common in Asia. But it's very practical. It has the same chipset, doesn't have the bells and whistles, but gets the job done, and it's super cheap, super affordable compared with the Asus versions. So right now I'm pretty much going with Palette. I like that brand. It's no frills, just gets the job done. Slow down maybe. Yeah, with engine braking, and we're here. Wow, that was fast. Very short episode. So yes, I go with Palette. Before I was with Asus, and it's true that they give you a certain, how do you say, a certain confidence that you're buying something that's durable, that's sturdy, that will perform well. But it's not really guaranteed. I mean, you still can get problems with them, so it's not like a foolproof way. But yeah, a lot of people are fans of Asus and MSI, and I don't fault them. I was a fan before, but yeah, it's just the price premium is really a lot. So you really get to pay a lot more to get that confidence, that quote-unquote guarantee, which is not really a guarantee. So I'd rather get something from a cheaper brand that's reliable as well, but doesn't have that price premium. Is it? I think we're delivering it here. Yeah, so that's my answer to that one. Thanks, Sulfur. There was another one from Apple fanboys. Yeah, something related to the Apple and Android discussion, but I'll go with that next episode instead, because I might have a longer answer there, because I want to share his original version of his question. Oh man, this is wrong. Maybe I want to share the original version of his question, and then I share the updated, the modified one. Oh, let me have a look at how the cables look when it's this, when the angle is this much. Wow, look at that. Cables look like they're in danger of snapping. Actually, can I go here? Maybe I can use this one. Oh. What am I doing? Okay, let's focus. Let me focus on the parking now. Let's skip the Q&A for now. Let's continue next episode, alright? And if you have more questions, feel free to go to the Discord server and post it there. Or if you're not joining, you can always just comment it here. It will be kind of hard for me to remember those though. It will be harder. It will be easier if you can post them in Discord. So I highly encourage that one. Really loving this trailer. If you guys know which mod this is from, let me know, okay? I like this. This might be from Sizzles, if I were to guess. I enabled his replacement trailer pack over at the Steam Workshop, so maybe this is what that replaced. Good. That should work, I think. There we go. Beautiful. have a look at the score. 218 miles. And in terms of delivery, fuel efficiency, wow. Okay, we got 0.29% damage. And if you're wondering where I'm looking at this is at the Discord server. I have all the jobs logged, and we're using a virtual trucking log, vtlog.net, and it posts the stats on your job and over at Discord. So you can check it out, all the people who are joined in the company. So that's 0.29% damage, and it's 26.14 liters per 100 kms. I know that's like not US measurement, but that's the only one we have. 26 is very, very low. Wow, that's amazing. I guess it's mostly because it's downhill, that specific path. But yeah, for a 218-mile journey, that was some awesome fuel economy. Good, I'm happy. And I'm happy about this truck. I guess the only adjustment I would do is I would make the tires smaller. I think these are 31580s. Should be 31570s or something like that. I always forget the number. But yes, let's leave it there for now, guys. We'll continue with the Q&A next episode, and I look forward to your questions. Let me know what you think. And if you have any comments about this, let me know as well. Loving those cables. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button if you did enjoy, and share with your friends. Like, comment, and I'll catch you in the next episode, okay? And don't forget to check out the Clumsy merchandise, link in the video description. Thanks, have a nice day. Catch you in the next one, and Clumsy Trucking. Train horns. Bye-bye.